This is the Not All Love and Light podcast. I'm your host, Romy, and my intention is to share everything that I'm learning, what I'm unlearning, and everything in between. Because growth is not all love and light. It's shadow, it's rebirth, and choosing yourself over and over again. Thanks for being here. Let's get into today's episode. I keep thinking about visibility, and I'm not talking about posting more or building a brand. I'm talking about being seen, actually seen. There's something that happens in your body when attention is focused on you. Even if you've worked for it, even if you say that you've won it, there's something that happens in a split second where your body tightens. It's this little subtle contraction. Yesterday, we had our coaching call in my community, Phoenix Risers, and this was the theme that we focused on this month. We say that we want expansion. We say that we want intimacy, leadership, success, love, to make an impact. We envision this version of ourselves being all of these things, and it makes us really excited. This is what we want. And then the moment that something happens for you to step into the light, for you to be seen, something shifts. You start editing, you start procrastinating, you start finding excuses as to why it's not the right time. We wait for another day, for the perfect time, for things to be perfect, for one thing to fall into place in order for this thing to happen. Sometimes it's true, it's not the right time. You do have to get structured. But if it's been years and you haven't taken any action on something that you truly want for yourself, whether it's a new position at work, whether it's asking somebody out that you've liked for God knows how long, if it's having a hard conversation with somebody that you care about, setting a boundary, all of that, then that's not any of those valid excuses. That's your body trying to keep you safe. As we talked about in the last episode, this is in alignment. Your body doesn't forget. So instead of this feeling like an opportunity, it feels like exposure. And exposure feels intimate. It's like if you're stepping into a room without any armor on. You're exposing yourself, you're giving someone access to you, and you have no idea what the outcome is going to be. You don't know what this person or this opportunity is going to do when you open yourself up and you're seen. And I see it all the time. People want to be seen. They'll post something risky or truth telling, something that shows who they truly are, not what people think we should be. And then they'll disappear. They won't post. They'll just shut down because it feels safe. But if you're in a place where you feel that you really are stuck, you are not moving forward on anything that you set yourself up for, all the goals that you have, all the desires, things you're passionate about, as easy as tapping into your creativity, this starts to become suffocating. You want to take up space, but your body feels like there's consequences with that. So you give some visibility, a partial, like good enough, not too much, just enough to like, I'm still here, but not fully, not fully in my power, not fully stepping into the light. And you know what's crazy? That it's usually the people that actually have a purpose and a gift that feel this way. People that are ego driven, that do things for validation, that do things for the wrong reasons, they have no problem being seen because, especially narcissists, it's how people perceive them. They want to be the main character in everyone's life, not just their own, because you are the main character of your life. But narcissists are the main characters of everyone's life in their head. They're the most important thing. How people view them, all of that is so important. So it's a show, it's a display. And then people that actually have a gift, want to make a difference. They want to do things so good, be so perfect, right? But they have these wounds. It's not perfectionism, it's this visibility wound. And over time, partial expression gets exhausting. Having to always manage how people are going to perceive me. Is this enough or not too much? That's exhausting. And then there's this part that when you don't feel comfortable being fully seen, you start being resentful towards people that are comfortable being seen. The people that have actually done the work or don't have the wound of being seen, you start resenting that. And that's where the shadow work comes in on that aspect. I have a great episode with Jen on shadow work. You could go back and listen to that. You watch someone speak boldly to express themselves, standing in their power, and your immediate reaction is to judge them. You critique them, you start saying they're too much. And what's underneath that is grief. Grief that whenever attention gets put on you, it's so uncomfortable. Visibility is about capacity. Can your body tolerate being perceived? Can you stay grounded when somebody forms an opinion about you? Can you allow yourself to be witnessed completely without trying to shrink yourself or water yourself down? There's intimacy behind this, the exposure, being perceived, even if it's through a screen, even if you're in a leadership role, even in love. When someone really sees you, you're just there, interpreted, felt, projected onto. If early experiences taught you that when you're seen, it feels dangerous, your body is going to shut down and it's going to find ways to protect you. So it keeps itself busy, it keeps preparing, it keeps editing things, waiting for the perfect time, the perfect thing. Wait, something, an adjustment needs to be done. And then you fall into the trap thinking that you're a perfectionist when that's not the case. Feeling like you're always preparing for something makes you feel productive, like you're actually doing something. And what it is, it's a very sophisticated place for you to hide because you're busy, you're productive, you're doing stuff, you're a perfectionist. But take a moment and think about how often you do that. Whatever it is that you do that for, have you actually made any progress? Have you actually moved the needle with all the productivity that you've invested into said thing? The amount of time that you've invested in said thing? I think we both know the answer to that. You could shift this. When you let yourself be seen and you stay in your body while it happens. If someone misunderstands you, you don't rush to over explain yourself. When someone praises you and gives you a compliment, you say thank you instead of trying to deflect it, or it's not a big deal. Or when someone feels uncomfortable because of something that you said, you stand in your power and you're clear and you stay with that clarity. Your nervous system starts registering that this is safe. It starts to register that being seen isn't dangerous. It's just something that creates expansion, growth, success, confidence. It feels extremely uncomfortable at first. Of course, anything new is going to feel uncomfortable. But with anything, the more that you practice it, the easier that it gets. Your relationships will change because oof, when you start realizing that you have these relationships with people because they're attached to a version of you that's actually not even you. It's a watered down version of you. It's not who you truly are. So these relationships that you have aren't even authentic because who's in relationship with these people? So when you start shifting to being seen, you start being a more authentic version of yourself and you start attracting more authentic relationships. People that actually like you for who you are and you actually like them. They're not fulfilling whatever codependency or need in you. You just enjoy each other's company and truly love each other, whether it's a friend, a partner, even family relationships could change. And this part is scary. There's loss. There's loss of an identity that wasn't even yours, that you just created. There's loss of certain people. There's loss of even maybe you're in a career that doesn't feel in alignment with you, but you decided that you wanted to do this, or it's what your parents wanted. It's not what you want. It's not what makes you happy. Who are you? Who are you when you're actually seen? If you become visible, what changes? Who reacts? Who leaves? Who comes in? Feeling that hesitation is completely normal. It makes sense, but it's not in alignment with who you are and where you want to go. The life that you say that you want requires people to really see you. Not the filtered version, not the watered down version, not the version that's easily digestible, not the version that agrees with everything, not the version that people pleases. You, who you truly are. That version of you needs safety. And it happens how I explained earlier. Feel it, stay with it. If you could feel yourself in this is something that you struggle with. This is the work that we're doing inside Phoenix Risers. We're working with identity. We're working with the parts of you that felt that in order to feel safe, you needed to shrink. That's what our community is for. This was the theme this month. If you join, you have access to this theme along with all the previous themes. You just have to show up as yourself, be willing to do the work, connecting with like-minded people. And if you're ready for a more deeper approach, I'm opening up my group coaching in March, where we go straight into what your patterns are. We get to the root cause and we heal from there. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do this in isolation. If you're ready to stop shrinking and ready to actually do some deep work, you could check the show notes for the link to join Phoenix Risers or apply to work with me. Group coaching applications are officially open. Thanks for joining me today on today's episode. It is greatly appreciated. If this episode resonated, hit something within you, share it, subscribe, leave a review so we could keep reaching the right people. And remember, it's not all love and light.